destruction and police having to get in the middle of it all.
As a Fox network throwing gas lines to the gas lines of media, and clear-cut media from law.
Just outside the White House, protests have broken out again.
I'm going to say this, yeah.
Is now rooftop. Military police are out. The president tweeted earlier today that they would be ready to do what they would need to do, and that caused some consternation. That wasn't exactly the wording.
I'm just curious. I'm absorbing what it is. And you say you fuel to the fire of New Balance Freedoms. But you say a show of presence. And you say, oh, what rules are rules. Such and such. Injustices are what you see. Do you see an appeasal of a justice for yourself? Do you see an appeasal of justice for yourself? And they say, oh, you're an ass. You know what I mean? No, it's capitalism and so and such. The lie on top of a lie. And you keep this fuel for the fire, and you go back to Washington, or now it's Washington, Ralph. And
by demonstrators that came in, broke down their barricades. Secret Service officers who normally are wearing their starched white uniforms had to break out riot gear in
Washington.
a battle that lasted.
And so I'm just curious, like, as to say, oh, you know what, this is assessed. And even as a citizen of the United States, you can do what it is that you want with it. But I'm just like, I'm thinking to myself, as the appeasals of justice that you say, a due process for myself, a feeling of threat, a rise of adrenaline and stuff like that, a feeling of threat, cortisol, not cortisol, but negative cortisol and stuff like that. And you see this clash of disagreement of thought of stuff there, whereas a disagreement of I'm right, my way is always right, or whatever, and we don't listen to seniors and stuff like that, and disagreements in general like that, or entities that are where it's kind of like they're separated, but okay, so you divide it, right? And you say, well, what is it? The volatility. What is it that the instigation of what it is about? And what is it after this? What does it fizzle into? If all officials were to leave at this point right now, right now, what is it that you see? How do you see a formation of a control of a people? None whatsoever. None. So now, given that, that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. But now, given that nature, I would wonder what this is now.
The Metropolitan Police, the Transit Police, the Secret Service, the Park Police, their mounted units, and then now, as we see, the military police from the D.C. National Guard are out in force. And in terms of how this is happening on the ground, while the images look bad and we can see people getting tear gas, oftentimes the show
Leland, are they using tear gas? What are they using out there? We see people who are dousing themselves with water, and they're stinging. They're putting their hoods on. Why is this happening? What's happening?
We've seen both tear gas and pepper spray, and it depends on exactly.
And so,
where it
as a disclaimer for myself, I'd have to say, and it's an instigation of what it is. And I'm saying, I've seen, something like that. Look here, to put it in terms of better than average, I don't know how many people are watching or blogging about this right now, or something like that. I don't know what's important to people. I don't know if it's the first generation. I don't know if it's the second generation. I don't know if it's a xenophobic response. I don't know if it's a whatever response, but from my point of view, and the problems that I face physiologically and face is one. Where is the give? Where is the give of this 72 to 96 hour standoff between the people of the United States and the law, or something like that? So,
there is simply no willingness on the part of the officers.
And I'm just curious. as to what it is.
But not a willingness to give any ground.
And people are there, and so it's obviously a part of the millennial. It's obviously a millennial skirmish.
Police, Park Police, National Guard now. All of of these law enforcement arms agencies' assets are there, and yet the crowd is still large.
I'm absorbing it myself from the TV all the time, but given the nature of I'm absorbing it myself.
These are people who've been out on the streets for 5, 6, 7 hours.
Within 96 hours and stuff like that, But I'm just saying, what you want justice? You want such and justice? And what is the underlying thought? You want the this is what the people want. The people, constituents want. They want the other 4 police officers to be charged with murder, accessory to murder, or something like that. Now, their leaders, the people on the grounds, even the splinter cells, their leaders is a coordinated effect in such and such and such. Now, if there is a negotiation going on behind closed doors of the White House executive order, then that's that. Now, with the skirmishes on the street with the law and the people, then that itself is an entity, and that is in itself a thing in itself. Okay, a security issue within itself.
We've seen.
And everybody's holding their phones like guns. Everybody's like, I need a phone, a phone. You bare bone. And like in New York City, you're gonna go back to the griminess of New York City and stuff like that. Everybody make movies. I'm dressing up for this one and stuff like that.
I'm curious.
And all this other stuff.
Are they taking people away?
Not in the way.
And so if you're talking about like the top leaders of like say the NAACP, if you will, or something like that, or the entities of governments, and they're in negotiations with charging these other 4 officers, they say, oh, okay, then that's the end. That is what it is. It's not so much looting, and the karma that comes along with all the infractions of the law, freedom to protest, freedom to assemble, infractions of the law. So then, those negotiations have to move further and more swift. Okay, because what you're doing is basically you're making a biofeedback.
Yeah,